Hello and welcome to Arvendo Gaming. My name is Warrior and this is episode 10 of my Let's Play Tyranny series. In the last episode we visited the Archon of Justice and we got a quest, well, a few different quests. We got a good look at the greater world. Yeah, and there was just a lot of sort of backstory and a lot of character building and stuff. So, yeah, let's hope there's a little bit more action in this episode. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright. Yeah, I think we're just ready to really go. I just see that there's something up here that we haven't picked up. Is that some like camping supplies or something? Oh no, what's up here that's special? Graven Ashe. Oh, Graven Ashe is here. These reports list all the Scarlet Chorus opposites and outposts and strongholds, as well as troop compositions. It's safe to assume that Graven Ashe has his own eyes and ears within the ranks of his enemies. Yeah, that's pretty safe to assume. Alright, no, there is something here. There's a barrel. Let's take that. Alright, let's just have a quick look at our journal to recap what we're doing. Oh, that's right, we're gaining evidence, aren't we? Into the Maelstrom, the disfavored general has regrouped his forces at the mountain fortress of Iron Earth. Travel there to discuss the Archon of War's next move. Okay, I'm guessing that's where we are at the moment. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I think we did get to... did we think get there? Yeah, because obviously Graven Ashe is here, so we must be here. We need to gather evidence. Alright. Let's do some talking. Alright. Fate Binder, it's good of you to report in. These days it is difficult enough to judge friend from foe. I'm pleased to recognize you as the former of the two. Ashe favors you with a curt nod. I was half expecting his voice actor to take over then. But yes, obviously not. I've gained wrath with Graven Ashe. I see you brought the voices in the rat spying whore to my doorstep, lest you think me amused by your irresponsible conduct. Now I know that I am not. Versus a useful ally, I need her on my side. I keep her around for my amusement, Archon, nothing more. Versus a useful ally, I need her on my side. Gain loyalty with verse. And this is verse talking now. At least until we get tired of each other. Don't worry, old man. I'm not going to drive a blade into your spine. Not while you're wearing a breastplate as thick as the old walls, anyway. Graven Ashe glares at verse and returns his severe expression back to you. His mouth is set to a disapproving line, and he seems on the brink of saying more, but waves off the matter. After what transpired at Vendrian's Well, the disfavored must hold fast to our allies. You are here because of your support at that siege, but I don't mistake your confidence for devotion. The Scarlet Chorus will not have you. I'm here to serve the disfavored and stop this civil war. I hope you can convince me that I made the right choice. Tunon is my master, and he stands above your petty squabbles. Yeah, if he wants to give me a bit of stick, I'll give him some too. If he stood above them, then he could see well enough how Voices of Narat has conspired against our forces since the beginning. No, for all his claims of objectivity, I have my suspicions that your adjudicator is as compromised by this war as any of us. What is it you require? We have a realm to conquer in the name of Kairos. What's your next move? How can I continue my service of the disfavored? I want to know more about the disfavored. Tell me about your connection with your soldiers. Tell me about yourself. We have a realm to conquer in the name of Kairos. What is your next move? Glory to the Overlord, he shouts, and the breastplates of the surrounding disfavored rattle with their salutes. With voices of Narat betrayal of our cause, our mission to control this forsaken peninsula has become all the more dire. We had thought the Vendrian Guard were the final death rattle of this region's defiance. We were wrong. The Tears have risen up against Kairos, emboldened by their countrymen. And while the disfavoured labour to maintain order, the serpent, the voices of Narat, grows his army of lunatics and sellswords, preparing to lash out when we least suspect it. Ebb. So our little exercise in defiance wasn't a total failure. I'll try to find some cold comfort in that knowledge. First, I can only imagine that the voices is driving his gangs mad with plots to storm this fortress. There can be no peace while the voices of Narat lives, and no order while the Scarlet Chorus rampage across these lands. The elimination of chaos must be our first priority. Then we will have our time to govern the Tears as Kairos intended. Can I depend upon your support against this scourge? What would you have me do? Tell me more of the Tears uprising. Tell me more of the Tears uprising. I try not to bother myself with the details. These objectors will be dealt with and forgotten soon enough. I know of the Unbroken, a group of former stalwart miscreants that arose in the Blade Grave, arming themselves with a misguided sense of national pride. Beyond them, the dissident elements of this fallen realm interest me little. Alright. What would you have me do? Our position of authority in the Blade Grave is far from secure. We need to establish ourselves in the region in order to cultivate our strength for the battle to come. As soon as I am confident in our chances, we will depart this realm and wipe the Chorus threat from the face of Tyranny. The Unbroken, former daughters and sons of Stalwart, vex our efforts to secure this region. The Edict of Storms offers them cover. They slip past our patrols in the light of day, hiding their movements behind clouds of dust and debris. Kairos cast this blight on the country to set an example, not to plague those of us loyal to the north. You must travel to Sentinel Stand and seek out Stratus Herodin. He is the last of the old stalwart bloodline who call themselves regents. Put him to the sword and end this edict once and for all. Who is Stratus Herodin? Why is he so important to the edict? Why has no one killed Herodin yet? Why is he so important to the edict? He would neither surrender nor impel his soldiers to do so. As such, Kairos decreed that storms would ravage the country until the regent was dead. Stratus Herodin was free to kill himself, of course, but he was either too proud or too gutless for the task. Why has no one killed Herodin yet? Because he persists in crouching behind the walls of Sentinel Stand. With the Edict of Storms raging around the Citadel, no one has been able to enter or exit since the last year of the conquest. No bird or missive has left the window wall either. The Edict is all the proof we have that Herodin lives. Alright. Tell me of the Edict of Storms. Kairos visited this plague upon the people of Stalwart to punish their leaders' cowardice. We had thought the edict would have been dispelled long ago, but to our dismay it endures. The rust and debris filling the air is a source of constant irritation, and hampers our ability to conduct this war on our terms. You should consider the subjugation of Stalwart and ending of this edict tasks as equal importance. Alright, consider him dead. Find the last regent, kill him, end this Edict of Storms, and staunch this seeping wound of rebellion once and for all. The downfall of the Unbroken and the old regent will send a message throughout the Tears. Our rule is absolute, and dissidents will not be tolerated. Consider it done. Could we not find a common ground, I will travel to Sentinel Stand and judge by my findings. Yes. You've gained wrath with the disfavoured. Sentinel Stand is now unlocked on the world map. If your perspective is as lawful and orderly as it ought to be, the right path should seem clear. The Unbroken must be destroyed, and the edict must end. Should you arrive at any other conclusion, I suggest that you stifle your opinion and follow orders like any good soldier. There is one final matter to discuss. My daughter went missing in the second year of the conquest. I have reason to believe she is trapped in the fortress of Sentinel Stand. If you can find Amelia, bring her home to me. How do you know she's in Sentinel Stand? Tell me about Amelia. What makes you think she's still alive? Could you have she have willingly abandoned her duties? If I find her, I will ensure her safe return. Sounds like a conflict of interest. I'll bring her back if I have time. Tell me about Amelia. She has her father's stubborn persistence. She is an excellent fighter, though more brazen and eager to test herself on the field of battle. I have objected to this disposition in the past, but it seems as integral to her as her being as the very breath she draws. Our relationship has endured its challenges. The last several years I have been a better general to her than a father. Once the war is over and she is restored to the Legion, I hope we can find it in ourselves to know each other once more. Alright. What makes you think she's still alive? We have travelled together through this fallen, corrupt land. You are no doubt aware of the aegis I extend to my troops. It is the boon I grant my northerners for loyal service and devotion to our shared cause. Graven Ashe, Archon of War, is capable of shielding his soldiers from inquiry and fatigue. This protective influence exerts itself even from far away, or as he sleeps. If he sleeps, rumors disagree. Few understand how this arcane power works, but all who have faced the disfavored in battle will attest that Ashe's soldiers can survive serious harm and shrug off the fatigue of starvation. Alright, cool. As my army feels my guardianship, I am keenly aware of them in turn, their concern, their pain. It is my burden to carry as their leader. Amelia is alive. I have awoken at night in cold sweats, my bile rising with violence. What torment she suffers at the hands of those stalwart animals is a mystery. I only want her restored to heal in the company of the Legion. Could she have willingly abandoned her duties? It gained wrath. Nice. As a father in general, I'm ashamed you would even ask it. I hold my soldiers to a standard that would seem impossible to the rabble the court sees on a day-to-day basis. My daughter is no exception. If I find her... While I'm on the wrath train, it sounds like a conflict of interest. I'll bring her back if I have time. Yeah, there we go. Let's get some more wrath. I understand that we cannot spread our efforts too thinly, but the life of every northern soldier is dear to me as my own. Amelia is no different than any other, but she is commander of no small renown, and I would see her restored to the Legion. If you are unwilling to bring her back, then once Sentinel Stand falls, I will dispatch someone to the task who knows the value of family. Fatebinder, I offer you my support on this mission. The Blade Grove is a place of memory. I left my cohorts buried amongst the ruins, and no small part of myself as well. Can you elaborate? This matter is a sensitive one, but I fear to speak it in the company of the great general, though he doubtless knows already. Barak attempts to stand tall before Graven Ashe. Speak on, son of Barak Onan. Nothing I've seen you accomplish in the field has diminished you in my eyes, and I know my soldiers as well as I know myself. Ashe nods with approval. I lost my countrymen by the hundreds in the last day of the Stalwart campaign, and for my troubles I became fused in this armour. The Blade Grave is the last place I've ever felt human. That is all I will say about it now. The last battle of the Stalwart was a terrible time, perhaps most of all for you who survived. I mourn those we lost, and recite their names often during the morning drills. We cannot restore their broken bodies to the north, but we can remember them as they were. Alright. Requirement not met. You have invested much in this mission. Of course you can accompany me. You have gained loyalty with Barak. I appreciate that, Fatebinder. Graven Ashe is attentive and understanding to each of his troops, and it pleases me to see his example in you. You literally just saw the opposite of that. With me, like, fucking giving him grief and fucking asking him about his daughter and, like, whether she would, like, fucking give up on her duties and shit. So, anyway, but that's fun. I got some favour with, or loyalty with Barrack, so that's good. And in you, Armoured One, never forget that I found you at the mere germination of your potential, and you have accomplished much in the ensuing years. So thank you, General. Though it's impossible to tell through his helmet, you assume that Barrack is blushing. Your map is already marked with the position of Sentinel Stand. It would take me 100 lifetimes to forget those old walls, or the day the edict shattered our advance. I have further questions for the Archon of War. Yes. Ask, Fatebinder. Take care with your time. The unbroken crawl over this territory like ants, unchecked by our northern boot. I want to know more about the disfavoured. Tell me about your connection. I want to know more about the disfavoured. We are more than a mere army. I ensure that the disfavoured legion represents everything we hold dear in the north. Rigid discipline, training to perfection, respect for law, and the importance of family. As conquerors, it is our duty to teach the savage lands not just how to live up to the values of the Empire sets, but how to live for them. Fucking hell. Says every conquering fucking empire in the world, or nation in the world. What's the Legion's history? Tell me of the units. You regard the Southerners with great severity. Do the disfavoured have their own laws? I hold the Legion to a particular set of standards. We don't have laws as you would know them under Tunon's teachings, but every soldier in the Legion is aware of my expectations. The first, honour the Legion in thought and deed. I cannot allow atrocity or heinous crime to drag my respectable Northmen into shame. I expect my soldiers to follow Kairos' mandates and conduct themselves respectably. The second, honour all oaths with your life. This respects the vows made to me as Archon and Kairos as Overlord. There can be no formal marriage for the disfavoured ranks, this to prevent any obligations higher than the military. My soldiers can pair up and sire offsprings as they wish. The North needs daughters and sons, and I would not force my countrymen to choose between family and loyalty. And last, honour your shield and weapon. The maintenance and care of arms and armour are critical to a soldier's success on the field. Of course, there are the rare exceptions. How do you fare under that shell of iron, son of Barrack Onan? The Archon regards Barrack with interest. Well enough, General. I know I'm not in top form, but I'm able to execute my duties with distinction. As you say. Regard the Southerners with great severity. Oh, do tell. Ebb's eyes are light with excitement. Do we smell bad? Is it the accent? The Legion takes hatred of the Tearsmen and elevates it to an art form. Just what exactly did we do to offer such offence? The South has squatted in willful ignorance of Kairos' superiority for so long that they don't deserve my respect. As the rest of the Empire coalesced into a united, shared culture, the Tearsmen prided themselves as distinct. We looked on them from afar with nothing but scorn. All I see in the Tears confirms my bias. There is lawlessness, neglect, corruption, infighting. Everything the vaunted North has disposed of through superior breeding and culture. I see hope, potential. This place is unformed, and yet it's your duty to fashion it. You don't see that as contradictory? You stood up against Kairos after all. Oh, bang! Who gained wrath with Graven Ashe? I'm getting a lot of wrath with him right now. That happened centuries ago, during the earliest days of the Northern Conquest. If you think these periods of history can be easily compared, then you are more short-sighted than I could have imagined. You gain loyalty with verse. I like what you did there, but one of these days we should sit down and discuss how you can talk to an Archon. It begins and ends like this. Don't piss off an Archon. I stood against a presumptive overlord to defend a way of life that no longer exists. The South can afford no such illusions. Chorus has dominated every corner of Tyranny, and claiming these lands by might is already accomplished in all but name. The realms of the South are willfully ignorant of their place in the world, and I will neither celebrate or flatter it with terms like independence or rebellion. With full knowledge of the consequences, the former lords of the South endangered the lives of their people. This cannot be tolerated. Of course, it's possible that the Tearsmen may come to enjoy all the best of Chorus's offerings, but it will take generations of trial and the long-term eradication of culture as they know it. A worthy pursuit by my standard. Nice to hear the General confirm it. The Tearsmen are a naturally defiant folk, and you'd have to silence our ways for generations to shake the courage and tenacity out of our blood. That's right, Eb, stick up for yourself. Keep talking, Tidecaster. You can join your friends in one of the many mass graves that bit litter the realm. Barrack, that's inappropriate. Eb was just stating an opinion. Know your place, mage. Your commentary is not needed here. Ooh. Yeah, let's do that. Know your place, mage. Your commentary is not needed here. Lost loyalty with Eb. Gained loyalty with Barrack. Gained fear with Eb. Ah yes, because my unsolicited banter could so easily destroy all the disfavoured. And this precious alliance of ours. Forgive me, I forgot how immensely powerful my words are, and how spineless and easily offended your friends happen to be. Alright, farewell. Let's see what that's done with everything here. Verse. Alright, so we've got a new one here, Death from Above. That's cool. Ebb, still got a lot of fear with her. Got some loyalty, but lost some. Oh, did I lose so much that I lost that? I think I lost so much that I lost that ability just there. Graven Ashe. I've got a lot of wrath with him now. That's good. Got a lot of favour with him as well, though. Voices a rat and hates me, yeah. And Barrack gained a fair bit of loyalty out of him. Alright, cool. It is favoured, getting some wrath too. I don't mind having wrath and favour. It's all good in my book. Alright. So, into the Maelstrom, I've got Investigate, Sentinel, Stand, Keep. So, a trial of Archons. Tunon is displeased with the chaos that emerged from Vendrian's Well and believes that one of the warring Archons may be principally responsible for the civil war that now grips the Tears. As you travel the younger realms, take note of any evidence of negligence, incompetence, or outright treason found within the disfavoured or Scarlet Chorus. So, I wonder if like these people here are like the ones that you have to talk to try and find examples of, you know, treason. We can't get in there. We can talk to this guy though. Soldier looks averse with an unsettled frown. Ha. Alright. Okay. So I think that's about as much as we can do here. Well, come on. Get cracking. Jesus, how do you get out of here? Oh, the gate's over here. Alright. Don't think we need a bed. Fatebinder, can I have a word? Kind of you to stop and chat. I'm in a sticky situation and no one in my gang is alive or around to help me out. Stop wasting the Fatebinder's time. He has nothing. He has better things to do than listen to some criminals mewling. Didn't I already do this last time? I'll be the judge of that. Tell me of your problem, soldier. Thanks for hearing me out. The disfavored aren't keen on conversation, otherwise I wouldn't be here. Yeah, I did this last time. I hadn't stuck my toe through the threshold and I wasn't dancing with any bane. I have a healthy relationship with self-preservation. Then why were you arrested? You're only hearing one side of the story, Fatebinder. Our scouts observed this wretch readying to enter the old walls. Her account is flawed. Her guilt witnessed by multiple trustworthy northerners. The soldier makes a point of standing extra straight when he addresses you. I'm sorry, is readying to enter the best you have? Because I could just as easily argue that you were readying to get knife between your shoulder blades. But it doesn't count for shit until I see blood and bronze. I didn't go into the old walls. Case closed. Before I adjudicate on this matter, I need your mutual cooperation. If you ask me, this prisoner has already been tried and sentenced, but if a little game was, I will silence her caterwauling and be my guest. I'll stand by your decision. It couldn't land me anywhere worse than this. What were you doing outside of the old walls? My gang went inside as I tried to tell the disfavoured clods 100 times over. I shouted myself raw trying to get them back out, but the gang wasn't having none of it. Our leader discovered the breach and got himself excited over the chance of finding treasure. Try as I might, I couldn't talk him out of it. Soldier, can you speak to this defence? Back to my soldier, can you speak to this defence? I wasn't there, of course, but I'm familiar with the arrest record. There was no gang, just a lone opportunist out to make her fortune breaking Kairos' laws. The scouts could tell just by looking at her that she was headed for the breach. She's a fiery one, put up quite a fight when they took her in custody. I have no reason to doubt the charges. Thanks, Fury. My dog just left a whole bunch of slobber on my leg. Thank you. So you had no interest in entering the old walls. What was your gang doing in the old walls? Any idea where your gang is now? What's a favourable ruling worth to you? Did your gang cause the breach in the old walls? So you had no interest in entering the old walls? Never. I grew up in the tiers. Even we knew better than to go inside the old walls, if not because of Kairos' law, because the things lurking inside were like to eat us. Whatever you can find in the shadow of those ruins, it's not worth the risk. What was your gang doing in the old walls? Causing trouble, looting, no more or less than what gangs do. Our boss was obsessed with holding his position, which is healthy when you're in the Scarlet Chorus. When he came to the conclusion that the old walls might have some powerful artifacts, he resolved himself to find the one at all costs. Funny to see a guy so wrapped up in survival trying to get himself killed. Gain loyalty with verse. Typical behaviour from someone who isn't confident in their leadership. Makes a nice self-fulfilling prophecy when their own gang takes them down. See, she understands. Fox Trick bows to verse. Any idea where your gang is now? I never saw them make it out of the old walls, so either they did or they didn't. My money's on the latter. Okay, fair enough. If they made it out, they aren't wasting their breath trying to find me, so fuck them. Well, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty fair way of looking at it. Like the attitude. If I had a mind to recruit, she would be my second or third. Did your gang cause the breach in the old walls? What, are you kidding me? It would either take incredible force or incredible magic to bash through that ancient barrier. We had neither at our disposal. Either one of Kairos' edicts or some local mage caused the breach. Whatever ruling you make, don't pin that on me. I'm inclined to agree. Don't take the mistake of giving this one too much credit. Ready to make my judgment. Let's have it then. I hope you got everything you needed. I don't trust your testimony. I find you guilty. If you weren't in the old walls, you weren't in the old walls. I rule in your favour. Law 24. At the very least, the evidence is insufficient to prove the charges. You're free to go. On second thought, let me return to my previous questions. At the very least, the evidence is insufficient to prove the charges. You're free to go. Gain favour with Tune On. Gain wrath with the disfavoured. Gain favour with the, Scarlet Chorus. Shrewd, Fatebinder. Very shrewd. I think you'll do just fine. Gain loyalty with Verse. Nice. Legal technicalities are my favourite kind. Go rejoin the war effort with our new gang, Recruit. Start your own if you have a mind to. That's an order. Yes, ma'am. If you were gathering a force, I'd kill my way into your good graces. Pity I have to settle for less. Obvinous. This goes against my orders and my reason, but I cannot argue with the ruling of Tunon's agent. I'll let you go. Try and stay out of trouble. I'll stay out of the old wars, but that's all I can promise. Alright, there we go. So we just helped someone. That's pretty cool. Hopefully that won't come back and bite us in the ass. Alright. Let's just move on.
Can't do that. Sorry, can't.
Can't get in there. Alright, moving on. So we got Sentinel Stand down here. Alright, I suppose that's the way to go. Will take you 20 hours, 15 minutes to complete your journey from Ironhearth to Sentinel Stand. Yep, alright. Ambush. Your journey is interrupted by the feral howls of a haunting pack of beastmen. Their leader is an impressive specimen, her mane black as night and her body scarred from battle. Alright. A little bit of action. I like it. Here we go.
Know this
Oh,
scent.
shit.
Stench of blood, sweat, battle, iron and death. Smells like alpha. Smells of strength. But is male.
The beast woman cocks her head to one side, eyes bright with curiosity and red as fresh blood. Those eyes rove your body up and down, darkening with a sudden heat, with the look of a predator bestows its prey. I'm a little bit annoyed that I skipped past the first one here. Oh, here we go. Girls in shadow. Before you towers a massive creature of fur and flesh, her short black snout snuffling in the air. Okay.
Have been stalking human scent trail. Have ranged many more than 5 nights through tribe and human territories of Tyr's land, hunting for human called Fatebinder, for human who woke Horizon Rock called Mountain Spire.
That's me, baby.
Have hunted hot high, cold low, wet dry. Traipsed far until paws bled, but always human who smelled of alpha evaded beast woman. Had to slink through shadows, fast, quick, without rest to catch delicious prey at last.
She tongues her blade sharp, discolored fangs, and exhales a pleased growl. Hey, I'm not looking for conflict, I merely want to continue on my way. Introduce yourself properly before I lose my patience. Amusing, but I have no time for beasts or their foolish jests. Slaps kills in shadow in the face. Ha! That noise is great. Thick muscles ripple and flex as the beast woman rises to her full height. She towers over you, 8+ feet of savage, rough-hewn strength. Her coat is matted and scarred. She spits a wad of blood and mucus at your feet.
We'll kill. We'll rip throat out. We'll lash, twist, tear, and mangle.
Alright, here we go. Oh, it's just going into a fight. Alright. So, let's, what can we do? We got some death from above here. You know what, let's go for some death from above. And you, Phantom Bolt, we haven't used Ebb yet, so... what do we got? Repelling Blast. Immobilized for 3 seconds. That sounds pretty good. Oh, we've got something there we can pick up later. Right. Barrack, you do your striking iron. Sweet. Alright. That did a whole bunch of stuff. Alright. That was cool. Now we want to... Oh, Jesus Christ, there's stuff all over the place here, isn't there? Heart of the Storm. Ebb imbues the Fatebinder's weapon with the ability to channel lightning through it. While the effect remains, this Fatebinder's attacks will evoke a powerful electrical explosion. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that here. No, attack. Alright, Barrack. No, we'll go Verse. Set her on fire. Barrack, you keep doing you.
Stop that! Claws! Felt nothing.
Alright, let's get a healing potion. Alright, we don't have any healing potions here. So maybe run. And then conceal in shadows. Alright. Ebb. What's this do? Light of the Grave. Ebb surrounds the party in a glow of grave light energy. While afflicted, the party's attacks will transfer health from their enemies. Yes.
Just say when.
Okay, too late. Warrior Core's down. So instead, let's just do some Phantom Bolt over here. And Barrack, what do you got? Okay, you don't have any health potions either. Take a potion
Not
of
a
protection. Alright. And then kill this one. Nice. That's sick. Arcane Missile. What do we got? They're both the same. Alright. Verse, sorry. You just keep doing you. Out. Alright, no, we got healing potions over here, but nothing that can revive Warrior Core. Okay, so what do we want to do then? Let's, I don't know, mobilize that one.
I'm enjoying this a little too much.
I feel much.
Barrack just fucking leveled up to 6, that's killer. You set this one on fire. That's cool. Electric Jolt. Let's do it.
Everything hurts.
Oh, Jesus, come on. What the hell is going on here? Come on, someone fucking kill this
Not a
one.
problem, boss.
Alright, there we go. Now you, set that one on fire. You, repelling blast with a 3-meter push.
Nobody saw that, right?
And then, let's go a concussive bolt.
Seeing an awful lot of red.
Oh man.
Got dark
Okay.
all of a sudden.
I'm now shit at attacks again. Okay, so they're still alive. Battered and bloodied, the beast woman drops to all fours. She crouches low, barely rubbing the dirt as she ducks her head in shadow of submission. Yield or die. You were saying, I believe you were going to mangle me, correct? Yield or die.
Yield, yield, yield! Kills in shadow yields to fate binder.
You've gained fear with kills in shadow. Law 43. Your markings must be from the Shadow Hunter tribe.
Fate binder. Knows tribes of beast women. Curious human. Male who smells of alpha and knows of shadow hunter tribe. Best tribe. Lost tribe of kills in shadow.
Her eyes pin you with lust and the look of a wolf that's found a hare. Why have you tracked me down? Why get in my way?
No human called Fate Binder. Kairos breeds words on paper. Fate Binder binds words to earth and sky. Makes ground tremble. Makes night cry. Blood and fire.
Say nothing.
Tribes of Kairos fear Fate Binder. Human Alpha claimed Horizon Rock called Spire, and Archons did not kill Fate Binder. Archons rolled over and whined, covetous.
Nice. And what's your point, Beast Woman? Shrug. Okay, so maybe you've heard of me. What would a Beast Woman know of Tunon's Fate
Human
Binders?
is not first Fate Binder. Kills in shadow has hunted.
She chuffs, darkly amused.
Kairos hunts human realms to extinction. Rules tribe of blood and ruin, starvation and death. Seeks to slaughter beast women like prey. But beast women are not prey. Are not flighty, feeble-minded humans.
Kills in shadow, spits a gob of tawny mucus on the ground. I kinda like this one.
Beast women are savage hunters. Bred to fight, kill, rot. Like Fate Binder who smells of alpha.
Hey. Fight, kill, rot.
Strong always kill weak, then grow weak. Not killed is migration of life. But kills in shadow is not weak now. Will not be weak for many long seasons. Will join Fate Binder and
Right,
survive
that's interesting.
Kairos' tribe.
If you want to join me, it'll have to be as my beta. You'd stand with the enemy to survive. You're not my problem, so scram. If you want to join me, it'll have to be as my beta.
Kills in shadow is not beta. But even alphas submit to stronger-willed primas. Many packs make a tribe. Is this not a thought humans also understand? Beast Woman will follow Fate Binder. Will not dominate. Unless Fate Binder begins to smell weak.
Fair enough. She tongues one of her upper fangs, lips spit in feral grin. Fine, but keep your nose to yourself. No, I won't risk you turning on me. I want some assurances first. Yes. Clawed fingers etch at the length of a furrowed scar on Kills in Shadow's cheek. Her eyes, red as fresh blood, regard you with deadly interest. You will do as I say. You will swear you're loyal to me. You will give up any brood, pack, or tribe of your own. You will provide me insight on matters regarding your kith. You will swear your loyalty to me. Her nostrils flare wide as she sucks in a deep breath. Her eyes flick to one side before settling back on your face.
Swear won't kill Fate Binder while Fate Binder sleeps.
She juts her chin and peels her lips back to reveal glistening fangs, clearly pleased with herself. Alright then, welcome to the pack. You will do as I say. You will do as I say.
Role of Bulwark. Role of Second of Enforcer is to inflict Prima's orders. Wild raving Bulwark do not survive full seasons in Beast Women tribes. Kills in Shadow has seen with both eyes what happens to Kith who will not be tamed.
Alright then, welcome to the pack. Beast Woman huffs and turns to address her pack.
Kills in Shadow will not shelter stone whelps anymore. Scamper and flee! Do not want to see shadows lurking, stalking behind. Barb cleft his leader now.
The pack hesitates, causing kills in shadow to emanate a low, menacing growl.
Will not like if kills in shadow catches sight or scent of stone mongrels again.
Alright, so we can, okay, so we can swap out. That's cool. Yes, accept. Dismissed companions. Once a character has been dismissed from the party, they will return to either their war camp or the spire if you've unlocked it. Okay.
Let's
Cool.
be off.
Alright, we got something here. That was a cool little interaction, I think. Oh, that's alright. Athletics for 120 seconds, 50% healing for 120 seconds, 4 vitality for 120 seconds. Great spires of the Blade Grave provide cover for soldiers and beasts alike, making them perfect sights. Okay. Cool. Picked up some rot spear. Yeah, that was a cool little interaction, I thought. What do you
Can't
guys
do
think? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. You can always use a savage beast. Alright. Sentinel stand. Okay, here we go. So, we've got characters and unspent talent. Oh, yeah, of course, that's right. We want more accuracy, maybe. Some wits. Quickness. Maybe let's get a bit more quickness going. We're already pretty heavy into Sentinel, so what do we got here? Pursuit requires, yeah, the start of combat, Barrett gains a large boost of movement speed for a short time. Allows Barrett to engage an additional enemy. Requires 3 talent points, yeah, increases the defense benefits from shields. Okay. Barrick's clash of iron bolsters the strength of his nearby allies, granting them a bonus to armor for a short time. That might be good. Barrick becomes an intimidating force on the battlefield. Enemies nearby Barrick have their resolve reduced. Increases one-handed, two-handed melee weapon damage. Whoa. Let's use Sound of War. We'll do that. Alright, cool. Sentinel outpost. What do we got over here? Nothing much.
Sentinel stand. I still remember when the edict struck this place.
Yeah, it looks like one hell of a
Can't do
place. Jeez, look at all the armor and shit fucking caught up in the stone. That's crazy. He wasn't lying, was he? The moat that once encircled Sentinel Stand has long succumbed to the harsh environment. Standing water and patches of moist dirt are all that remain. So that was a moat. That's crazy. The scout straightens as you approach, squinting through the harsh wind. Are you the support that Ashe sent out? Yes, I'm Tunon's Fatebinder, noble Scion. What do you think, lackey? Say nothing. I said you might be eccentric. It's fine. You come to expect these things in the north, especially while trying to stay on an Archon's good side. We've been patrolling the outer walls, but there's no sign of the enemy. Either they know how to come here, not to come here, or they're better at hiding than I credited. Damn rebels shift about like the winds they do. Have you run into any Unbroken recently? More than a fortnight ago, but she dashed off right quick before we could knock arrows. They're a cautious lot, but cunning. Not even Kairos could have expected them to use the storm to their advantage. I don't know about that. Kairos seems like the kind of guy that can foresee a few things. Can we enter the fortress? These winds, I wouldn't venture to try. If I had 1,000 shields to guard me, come take a look and you'll understand. Alright.
Found something.
Yeah, cool. A garnet, nice. Sentinel Stand Keep was once a proud, imposing structure. Now it stands as a mere shadow of its former glory. Yeah.
Sorry, can't. Can't do that.
Can't do that.
Sorry, can't.
Yeah, alright. Nothing has changed. This is the very storm that shattered the Unbroken and disfavored alike. Thank you for bringing me here, Fatebinder. Barrack regards the wind wall and the massive tornado around the inner keep, which is but a distant outline. Stratus Herodin, the last stalwart regent, cowers behind the walls of his castle, and we won't be able to reach him through this storm. This place brings back unpleasant memories. I'm only interested in one thing, how we get inside. The storm didn't leave much behind. You were at Sentinel Stand during the war? Yes, he was here. Storm didn't leave much behind. A year of brutal weather will do that. Kairos' edict of storms devastated the once mighty realm of Stalwart, but all but wiping it from the map. There isn't much left of the old country, save for the Unbroken and their stubborn pride. Tell me about the regents. They were bureaucrats and diplomats, all drunk on their own self-importance. Stratus Herodin never impressed me, but the people of Stalwart revered the man. Cowardice must run in the regent bloodline. When the edict struck, Stratus hid in his castle and watched his country fall to pieces. An honourable man would have died for his people. I'm only interested in one thing, how we get inside. Couldn't say. The powers fighting over this realm must have some notion, otherwise they wouldn't squabble for control over these blasted wasteland. We should track down someone with answers. Hear that? We're not alone. Taking a step forward, Verse draws a weapon and scans the surroundings. You catch an odd sound in the wind, a low moan hidden with a cacophony of swirling dirt and metal debris. The clouds of dust seem to close in upon you. With them you see patches of glowing red. The Bane. Okay, so this one here, let's Iron Tolling. Fatebinder mocks a target, removing their ability to parry or dodge, while Barrack radiates energy, taunting all nearby enemies, and bolstering the party's armor. Let's do Iron Tolling. That one. You knock this one back. You just shoot that one. Barrack, Clash of Iron. That.
Whatever you need.
Alright. What have we got here? let's do a slice, and you let's electric jolt, and you concussive bolt this one, and you what do we got? Oh, that's Iron Storm. Yeah. Crack that. Alright. Now, what are you doing? Electric Jolt over here. Dervish. And now Phantom Bolt here. Okay, you take a health potion. You smash his wrist. Immune to bleeding, yeah, but just keep on attacking. That's all that I want you to do. I want you to kill this thing. Alright, no, and you run over here and attack this. Alright, now let's Heart of the Storm.
A new dent.
See what it does. Oh yeah. Alright, bang. Now you three come over here. Yeah, no, Warrior, get out of there. You three. Attack.
Are you afraid of death?
Oh, why did you run over there again, you fucking idiot? I'll tell you. The Bane are gone, their unnatural cries silence, leaving only the tornado's voice violence in your ears. As the dust clouds recede, you spot a crouched figure on the ball above.
Fatebinder, look there, atop the walls. We aren't alone.
We aren't alone. Yes, there he is right there, Janos. Okay. Journal. Speak with the Unbroken Scout. And Barrack, regain loyalty with him. Iron Storm. Swords and javelins emerge from Barrack's armor and fly into a cloud of iron above the Fatebinder. That's nice. His weapons begin to rain down in a storm around the Fatebinder. Killer.
Right.
But I think before we move on, let's use some camping supplies. Where are they? Where are the old camping supplies? Or do we have that? Or are they up here somewhere? Where are they? We've got like heaps of them. Where the hell could they be? Maybe we just can't use them here. Anyway, alright. We won't worry about that right now, but we will call it there. So I'll save the old game and we'll call it a day because we're here coming up to an hour now. So thank you very much for joining me, especially if you've made it through to the end of the video. Please consider leaving a like if you like the content. If you don't like the content, leave me a comment. Let me know why you don't like the content. I'd like a bit of criticism. Always goes well if it's constructive. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you'd like to continue on this story with me. Or subscribe if you would like to join me for my streams. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday nights. I'll put some cards up at the end. One will be a link to my Banner Saga Let's Play series, and one will be a link to the start of this series. So if you want to go back to the start or check out Banner Saga, you just click on the card. Thank you very much. I hope you're all having a great day. Never stop loving life, and I'll see you in the next episode.